Right, good afternoon everyone. Now I've got this shell and I thought to myself I really could do with a couple of smaller trees, you know, like them little trees that stand at the side. So what I was thinking of doing is making the trees, and I need another one of those. We'll try it anyway. So take the wood glue. Now again, I'm just going to pop it onto a bit of card. Just taking a bit of card, pouring some wood glue on it, using a brush, and you just paint the shell. And then what we do is we just paint them, and it looks like those topiary trees. So that's another way of doing a false tree. Now I'm just going to try and get this back in my little pot. Now what I did yesterday, I told you I was doing the, I know it was an hour, what was it, an hour and a half long video, but they take a long time to do. Now I've put this on, so that was the back of the earring on the wire, paper covered wire, and that's fine. The only thing I've got left to do is to do this. So I'm taking, let's make it a little pot with some water, wash that brush, put that to one side. I'm going to glue up all my brushes, do I? Just move that to one side, take a bit of tissue. Okay. Mine are coming apart. I need to buy some new ones, to be honest. Let me just see. Glue it back on for now. There you go. That'll do. Okay, so make sure that one's ready. Pen back. Now what I'm going to do is just to share with you how to do, I'm going to finish that off in a minute, but I wanted to share how to do these. Now I personally would just snip off the bottom, save that because they always come in handy to do little dishes, or that can be the cap. Actually I just thought it needs to be a little bit longer than that, but never mind. I'm just gonna level this off a little bit, and then what you do is you put some glue on here, and then you sit that on top, and let that dry. So I'm going to do a couple of those. This one I'm going to do a little bit shorter, but I'm going to do it so that I've got enough, you know, for the outside light. Just level that off. Like that. And then that can do for the outside lamp. So that's like the, you know, I put a wire in. So let's just sort that out. So I need another one of those pipes. Where did I put the damn things? More of those pipettes. I need the straw. Also need that brush. Yes, so I've cut the ends off. Now, they'll make the lamps outside, coming off the wall, so I need 2 of those. I need to cut another one. They don't have to be perfect, but they're big enough. In fact, I'll cut one of them down. So we've got 2 roughly the same. And then, like I said, these are the bottles. Now, all I've done is put hot glue on there, stuck the ends on after cutting the cap things off. And then you just cut round them like that. Now, I will age these, but I need to paint them first. Like that. And they'll just stand on the shelf or where the racking, wherever I'm putting that. So I just need to, I'm going to leave these on for now so that I can hold it while I'm painting it. And then these act as the bottleneck. Now one of them I'm going to add a handle to it. So it's like a oil can. Like that. So just going to make room on my desk because it is hard. You know, I've got various things. Now, I've done these, they're halfway through, so I'll finish them off when I share that with you. Like the trees. I'm using the tea bags. They use tea bags after drying them. And we've got to finish that off as well. And I did find some of the handles. So if I need a handle for anything, I've got them ready made. A chair. Wrong kind of chair, so I'm not going to bother with that one. And I've got some mixing pots if I need them. And these are going to do for the drain pipe on the outside of the building. So I have to paint them black as well. Got this that I can use, mix about if I need to. This I have, but I'm going to stand this on a taller plinth. So what I need, and I have somewhere, a large rod. That's okay. And then what I can do is, when it depending on the size of the yard to how far I cut this, but I think because that's the height of the building, well, it goes higher up than that. Let me just see, because yeah, this is it, that's the height of the building there. And we're not going to need a lamp any bigger than that, any longer than that, I don't think. I'm going to use it. If it's a little bit small, doesn't matter. It's an old-fashioned lamp. So I'm just going to cut this. I think I need a new blade. I can't really get the lid doesn't come off. Only thing I can do with these is to paint them yellow to make it look like we've got a little bit of a light. So unfortunately I can't do anything about that. Make sure that's on straight-ish. It will be. Okay, so just going to take my little brush and I need some colour. So And we're going to do black, like I said. And then I'll go over it with a touch of, like, you know, that silver. Just to make it look old-ish. And I think I'll use balsa wood for that when this has dried. So I'm okay. That's all done ready. And we just pop that on there to dry. Now the pipe, drain pipe. Now I'm going to paint it all, but I'm going to leave this section. I'm going to bring that out and do that. Oh my. So I take that bit of wire that I had earlier, and how far do we want it to curl? So we don't want it sticking out from the wall any more than that. So I'm just going to cut 2 of these the same. There. And then we'll cut them there. Okay. Right, so now what I've got to do, hopefully, I'm not sure if it's going to work, it's not going to go on that bead. Like I say, that's going to be too big. Okay. So I'm just going to roll that into a bead. Let's do this one, see if we can get this the same, roughly. A little bit bigger. Have a look. They're about the same, aren't they? Okay, and then what you do is, we have to poke that through. It will go. Just poke that back into shape. Like that. Poke that in there. Like that. And we have to glue that in. So I'm just going to drop in. I've left it, see where I've left it halfway out? I'm going to drop some glue. And this is the wood glue, but it'll be fine. Put some wood glue in there. So it drips onto the wire. And I'm going to use my little stick. Make sure it goes in the top end as well. And then we drop. Now, that is definitely going to be too big. So let me cut this one in half. Yeah, we don't need them that big. Okay. And then we're going to drop that in there, like that. So I just need to do the same with this one. Take hold of the shortest bit. Like that. Again, drop in some glue. Use your little tool. Sit it in the bottom as well. And then you take your little ball and you're pushing that in like that. So that just looks like a light bulb, a lamp. Okay, so because they're going on the side, on the front of the wall, which now I need to paint this black and this black, but that's going to be yellow. But do I need to alter the arm? Probably. Let me just see. Let me flatten that out again. That's fine. So I'm going to do it the width of my thumb. Like that. So I'm just going to flatten this one out. And do it the width of my thumb. And then flatten that out. Now I'm leaving this long enough that when it goes into the wall, so we're going to have one here, I think in the middle. Let me just poke that through. See, it'll be fixed in like that. And there'll be one this side as well. So I am going to put the holes in ready. Because I do have the other side of the wall to do first. The front one, I'm not fussed about that one, but the sides and the back will have to be done. So I'm going to leave those to dry. I'm going to put them down like that so the glue settles. Once it's painted, you're not going to see it. It doesn't matter. So that's those two done. Then I can get rid of that bit of clay. And I need to get my list out and see what's next. Some wire needs to go back. Let's have a look. Where's my list? There's my list. No, not that one, you silly fool thing. There we go. Let's move that out of the way. It's the shelled. Oh, and I found this as well. So I can use that. It's supposed to be a sink. So I'm going to use that, which I made a while ago. Now, I've got the bottles, so I need the labels for that. That dried yesterday, so I can now cut that. Move them out of the way a minute. Put them up there to dry. All I have to do is just cut the edge. Now what I'm going to do with this is to put on some sticks. Not fussed about that, we can paint that black. Anything like that will be painted black. Let me set that up if I can. Leave that bit. Okay, so again, might as well do it while the paint's here. I don't waste paint that way. And I could do it with a biro, not biro, with a felt tip. But no, I'm going to do it this way. So it doesn't matter if it goes on the paintwork, it just makes it all look the grubbier, which is the look I'm looking for. See, like that. Bit more grunge here and there. I might just want to, you know, put a splash of black on here, there and everywhere, and then just rub it in. A bit of grubbiness on ends, corners. Grungier it looks, the better. I might also want to put just a touch in there, a bit up here, a bit down there. See, it's better when it looks like that. There. So that's now done. Oh, what I want to do for that now is to put on the the little pegs at the back, and that's going to sit on top of the roof. So we're going to use these just to glue onto the back. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the wood glue. One, two, I don't think we need any more than 3. Like that. Now, what I really could do with is pinning that into a bit of this polystyrene as well. I'm not sure if I might, no, it needs to dry a little bit. So I'm just going to leave that somewhere to dry. About levelish. That'll do. Just leave that somewhere to dry. Oops. Right, so that's that sorted. Another job done. What else? Let's go back to these trees. I think they've dried. Right. So what I've got, I'm going to do these now. I've just glued them on to these straws, wooden stick, whatever you've got. And then I'm using this moss. Put those out the way, we'll do them next. Just shred your moss bits. Now I don't want the stalky bits at all. I'm just interested in the moss. And take out the stalky bits. That will do. another tree finished. Made from a shell. You'd never know. A little bit of in there, I think. Let's put that bit of bush in. That's it. Yeah, I like that. That's fine. I'm happy with that. So that's another one. And we're going to get to the bottles now. These are the oil cans, a couple of oil cans I'm doing. Now, of course, I'm going to be doing lots of oil cans. Lots. And paint pots and whatnot. So now what I need, I'm going to keep hold of those. They're going to be cut about that, and I need a handle for one. So I'm going to take a piece of wire, which is, oh, no more than that, I don't think. That's plenty big enough. Now, I need something small to wrap it around, so I'm going to use a pencil. And I just need to do that. I'm going to snip that off. So let's have a look. So this has to sit here like that. But what I'm going to cheat. Why? Because I can and you'll not know. I'm going to put a hole in that. There. And hopefully squash that in. Oh, I need to make sure I open that hole properly. Right, there we go. I've got that in. I'm going to get that bit in. There. Now, this is the tricky bit. Let's have a look. I'll take it out again. And what I'm going to do is there, I'm just going to bend that. I'm going to bend that in there. I need that bent like that. Go back to that. Yeah, like that. And then that's going to go onto there. And I'm going to cut it there. You see what I mean? Now with these pliers and it's soft metal, I can actually flatten that wire. See, I'll flatten it. And I'm going to bend that out slightly. See what I've done? And then that glues onto there. So hopefully, I'm not sure which, I think my glossy accents will do. The thing is, how am I going to keep that onto there? Oops, that has to be straight. Like, I can bend that once it's in place. That's alright, isn't it? And that's like a oil can. The spout's that way though. It doesn't matter, does it? I can put a spout on here and use that as a lid. Right, okay, so now take a bit of string. It's the easiest way I can think of to do this. Cut a bit of string, wrap that around to keep that in the right place, just until I undo it and it's dried, like that. That'll do. So I'm going to do that again, get a little bit more wire. Hopefully it's still a bit damp from yesterday. And I'm just going to dab my paper towel and just flick it. And make it look like metal. See how it just gives it a look of metal. I'm happy with that. So that's done. That can go in the pots. I hope this hasn't gone the same because this was a newer pot. Thank God for that. They do cost a pretty penny, you know. Right, I'm not sure if I might need to stick this on a peg, something like this. That's it, just to hold it. See, it's glue at the bottom, so that's fine, that, isn't it? I'm okay with that. So, next, I'm just going to finish off this one. Now, what I started to do, I started to round off and smooth down these corners. And the ledge there, just to smooth it off and to give it a different look. I don't want everything square and, you know, straight. Don't forget, I do have to grunge this up. Like that. I think. Yeah. Okay. Now this has to be stood on like a dark grey. It's like slate. And the only way I'm going to do that is to add a little bit of white to my black. we go. Right. A little bit darker than that. I think that's it. Now this is going to have moss growing up, you know, up the abandoned garage pump. Because when you're building an abandoned place, everything should be, you know, should look like it's abandoned. You can't have a new pump stand in there when the whole place has been abandoned. Now I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I want to. Just, yeah, sorry about that. Camera keeps cutting out, but I think my batteries are buggered. Now I'm just going to do a little bit of darkness under the rim and just rub it and pull it down. Just pull that down like that, especially where there's going to be a bit of shadow. Just pull that down. Don't worry about that. See, just grubby this up a bit. And don't forget the back. And the shadow. And then with the wash I use, you'll see it. I'm not going to put this on the actual danger sign and the shell sign. I'm going to use a wash for that. Let me just grunge that up a little bit more. And you just want to do that. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to take a little bit of the black and the touch of white that it's with it, and just and I think that's enough, apart from the bit at the front there and a bit of that there. Okay, now you see on there you can have small cans, and that's what the straw comes in handy for. So let me just look and see, whoops, which of the signs I've got for this. Let's have a look. Okay, so I've got let me just see. See? And then if you want, which you can do, just, you can still see it says oil. Okie dokie. Again, add on the glue. Take the bottle. Well, I'm going to put the can that way this time. Like that. Like that. That'll do. And we're just going to mess that one up a little bit. That'll do. And then snip that one off. And straight away, we've got a couple of cans. And, you know, you've just got to play around. And they're okay. And then, you know, if that's the sink, or when I get a unit or something, they just stand on there. Like that. They just stand. Oh, where's my little unit from yesterday? Let me just have a look. I mean, this one obviously is a little bit too big, these bottles. But, you know, so I need the smaller ones for here. But yeah, I'm thrilled with those. They'll do. They're fine. Quite happy with those. We can put little bead caps on, put beads on them. Not a problem. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye bye for now.